Well, yeah, so my name's Pennie. I'm a teacher at an alternate vision for like at-risk and like vulnerable young people. I live here on a narrowboat in, at the moment, I think we're in Wiltshire. But I basically travel between Kensham, just outside of Bristol. I've been travelling really slowly from there, and now I've just gone through Bradford-on-Avon, and now I live on the other side of Bradford-on-Avon by a little town called Trowbridge, and yeah, I just travel up and down on my boat and commute to my work, and that's where we are. A lot of the things in my life that I'm in the privileged position where I've had a kind of strange and interesting life, and then people they sort of say to me like, oh my god, how did this happen, or how did you get into this, or how did this happen? And most of the time I just sort of fall into things. I think it's got something to do with being open to stuff and saying yes to things and just seeing how things go and how things work out. I had a pretty difficult kind of breakup a year ago, like a year and a half ago, and was just like, oh, I need to figure out somewhere to live. And then a friend of mine kind of concerned for me that it was pretty quick turnaround on me having to find somewhere to live, and he was like, do you want to just stay on my boat? That sounds kind of cool, I'll just check it out. And I walked in here and I was just like, oh, this is quite nice. And it didn't even have any of my stuff in. It didn't really I hadn't made it home, but it kind of had a feeling and felt like home. And I'm always kind of looking for that. I've had a very lots of traveling, lots of big rash life decisions, and in more recent years I've been like, oh, I actually need some stability. I need stuff that's mine, stuff to call my own, and stuff that feels like no one can take it away from me. Because even renting and stuff like that, there's always that kind of fear, because we live in a pretty difficult kind of climate, I suppose, financially, in the country and all that kind of stuff. And it was just really nice just not have a landlord, not have to answer to anybody, and then also have something that's yours but not really feel like I'm putting down these roots that are forever roots. It's not like I'm buying a house, because if I want to go and move to Leeds or whatever, we were talking about, I kind of can. It would take a couple of weeks to get there, but my whole house would come with me, and I feel something really kind of freeing and liberating about that concept of having this stability, having something that's yours. And I sit here, I have my morning coffee. I mean, there's a lot to it. I have my morning coffee, and there'll be a pair of swans, a pair of swans out there, a mum and a dad, and 6 cygnets. And I'll open my hatch, and they'll come over, and they'll be like, you got anything for us? And sometimes I'll feed them some rice cakes and stuff, and I'll just sit there, and they'll just be chirping away while I have my morning coffee. It's super peaceful. It's amazingly quiet. And then there's a small sort of, I normally tuck myself away to be more around the animals and the nature and the ducks, and it'd be quiet. But there's also kind of a community vibe on here. There's certain spots with bridges and those little farms, and they've got little free fridges and little co-op-y kind of stuff going on, and boaters all kind of look out for each other and look after each other. There's kind of a bit of a in everything in life, there's a bit of a hierarchy where people that live in marinas sort of keep to themselves, and then it goes down to people who've got permanent moorings, and then you've got the people cruising around, and we just sort of all know each other. We know that we're cruising around, so we know that a lot of people that are in this position, it is me partially too, it is financial, so it's a more affordable way to live. And sometimes people have found themselves in that situation kind of at their duress, I suppose. They don't really want to, they're just trying to survive. And you do see that. I mean, you see certain boats and you see certain people, and you're they're struggling, but everyone that's cruising around kind of tries to treat each other the same and look out for each other. You're kind of outside You're kind of exposed, and you're sort of somewhere between public and private as well. And I've forgotten about that. But when I first came out on the river, you do kind of feel like, if I'm outside my boat, I'm like, just like, it's the same as being on the street. But you get to a point where like, and that's my boat. So what I do on my boat is me, and it's like you sort of learn that privacy in that way doesn't really matter that much. It's really contrary to like what everybody's taught, because we live like in a world built on and under like capitalism. But I think the point of living is actually to serve and look after other people, and that's the most profound and fulfilling and interesting thing you can do with your life. And I think that even if you have everything and you haven't been looking after people around you and like making connections and loving people actively, then you'll just be empty and sad and alone eventually. And that's what living is to me.